Hi. So recently we had a talk about what allows some people to succeed where others do not succeed. I hate to use the word success and failure because they're not black and white. There are varying degrees of success and failure in life, and most of us live somewhere in between those. There's hardly anybody who is 100% successful, and there's hardly anybody who's a complete failure. But these things can vary in terms of magnitude. So we could have small victories, little failures, big successes, great failures, okay? But what I try to get people to understand and what I try to get people to do periodically is to kind of focus on perspective. So we all know people, or maybe we are that person, who can take a little something and turn it into a big dramatic problem, right? So a little something goes wrong, a broken nail, and I'm using that only as a silly little example of something that could go wrong that's not earth-shattering, okay? And then that can become the focus of the whole day. And likewise, there are people who have things pretty good, or who have a fair modicum of what most people would consider success, and yet they're still not happy, or they're still not satisfied. So part of what I try to get people to do all the time is to kind of take stock of where they are at that moment, where they've come from, and where they want to be. So depending upon who we are, we can look back and say, well, things were better in the past than they are now. Or we could say, well, things are better now than they were in the past. I've really come a long way. And while we can't change the past, we can change the present. And we can potentially change the future. And a lot of that has to do with making a conscious decision. Making a conscious decision to do something. A lot of times things occur or don't occur because we choose not to take action. And there's many reasons why people don't take action. When it comes to our health, it could be fear. Very often it is fear. So fear of shortness of breath. So I won't go to the movies because I'm afraid I might get short of breath. Fear of chest pain. Fear of getting sick. Fear of appearing sick to other people. Fear of looking frail. Fear of looking down, fear of falling down. Okay? But what I want to tell you is that our mind has the ability to either magnify things or shrink things, depending upon different choices that we make and different experiences that we have. So what I try to do as often as I can, at least in my own life, as well as in ways that I try to help other people, is to try to ask myself and try to get them to ask themselves, what is the situation right now? So you're feeling anxious. You're feeling overwhelmed, okay? First of all, from the moment that we start to feel that anxiety, our body is already out making chemical changes to our body. So our body is putting out adrenaline. Our body is making our heart beat faster. Our body is making our respiratory rate faster. And often when our respiratory rate goes up, our ability to take a deeper breath goes down. And what does all this do? It circles back and increases our anxiety again. So first and foremost, okay, is the fact that we need to somehow quiet this energy, and we need to take some of this fuel out of this fire. So what do you think is the best way to reduce, and I apologize for this noise. My neighbor is I don't know, I guess he's blowing his leaves or something like that, but I'm going to continue anyway. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I'll check it before I post. But what do you think is the best way to take anxiety and energy out of a stressful situation? You know it. It's the breath. It's the healing power of the breath. It's the calming power of the breath. It's the power of the breath. It's the ability of the breath to reset our chemistry. So before we go on, I want you to just take stock of how are you feeling right now. Are you feeling relaxed? Are you feeling stressed? Is your mind racing? Are you worried about something in particular? Think about those things And then what I want you to do is I want you to just sit back in a comfortable position, put your hands together, or you can put your hands out at the side and just take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out gently through your mouth. Nice deep breath in through your nose and out gently through your mouth. So what have we done there? First of all, we've just increased the amount of oxygen flowing through our system, okay? 2 breaths are enough to do that. And what that does is it calms the blood vessels, gets the blood vessels to dilate a little bit, relaxing them. It calms the heart, causing your heart rate to slow down a little bit. It calms your respiratory rate and your airways. So it'll allow your airways to relax a little bit. It will allow your respiratory rate to come down a little bit. And as your respiratory rate comes down, so will your ability to take a deeper breath increase. So again, let's breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Nice deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Let's do it again. And out. And just allow your thoughts to be channeled outside of your head. So if you are feeling stressed, if you're worried about something right now, when that thought pops into your head, just take the breath and just let that thought go. Acknowledge it. Don't dwell on it. Let it go out of your mind, and let's get back to relaxation. So nice, easy breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And nice deep breath in through your nose and out gently through your mouth. Now, I saw a post on Facebook earlier today, and it said that it alluded to the fact that one of the hardest things to do is to calm yourself down when you're in what I call one of these code red situations. So we have this kind of cascade of events where we get short of breath, adrenaline starts to pump through our system, okay? It makes us breathe faster, more shortness of breath because we're now working harder to move air in and out. Our heart is pumping fast. Maybe our oxygen is going down, maybe it's not. But all these things can snowball in our head and take our mind off our abilities. It's like stage fright or a panic attack or a fight or flight response. And it's at those times when it's going to be the most difficult for you to control your breathing, yet it's the most important time. So what I want you to try to do, okay, and of course it's easier said than done, and it's easier to tell somebody else what they should do than to do it when you're in that situation. But you have to talk to yourself. You have to tell yourself that you know what to do. You know that if you let this thing take on a life of its own, you've already lost control, okay? Then it's got you, okay? But you have the tools. You have the ability. You have the knowledge to manage this. But let's not manage it when it reaches level 10 code red. Let's manage it at the very beginning. So at the first sight that you feel that anxiety coming on, or at the first breath that you start to feel labored breathing, or at the first sight of that staircase in front of you, just take that breath. You may not know exactly what to do right now. You may feel overwhelmed, but trust the breath to reset your system, because that's what it does. The breath will optimize all of your physiologic parameters. So it's at these times when we have to say to ourselves, I know what to do here. I know what to do here. I just have to keep myself calm so that I can execute the things that I know how to do. And the best way to do that clear the frame, okay? Start over again with the breath. And trust that after the first or second breath, order is going to at least begin to be restored, okay? Trust that after the third or fourth breath, we are already beginning to stop the insanity. And I use the term insanity loosely, okay, and jokingly, okay? But that's how it could feel at times when we're worried about something, when we're stressed, when we have family situations or work obligations or financial struggles. Okay, it's very easy to let those things take over our mind. And that mind-body connection, people think it's a cliche. It's not a cliche. The mind is intimately connected to the body. What you think will be transmitted to the body. What your body is doing will be transmitted to the mind. And at a certain point, somebody's got to restore order here. And that's us. But the sheriff in town is the breath. The sheriff in town is the breath. So when you feel, and even before you feel this, okay, remind yourself that things can go one way or they can go the other way, depending upon how you act and what you do. But keep in mind that you have the power, you have the knowledge, you have the control, you have the techniques, you have everything that you need to stay calm. To stay calm. Everybody breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Everybody breathe in through your nose. Out through your mouth. Everybody take a breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now, we've spoken a lot about the fight or flight response and the sympathetic nervous the activity of the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight response, right? So we talk about the fact how that response is designed to either allow you to fight your danger or to run away from your danger. Physical activity will use up those chemicals. So another way that we can add to this feeling of relaxation is bring your body into it. So let's take a deep breath in through your nose and stretch it up and blow out through your mouth. Deep breath in through your nose and blow it out through your mouth. This time take a deep breath in through your nose. Blow it out through your mouth. This time take a deep breath in. And as you blow out, we're going to return the hands to our chest. Okay? Does anybody feel different right now? When things go bananas, okay? When things go bananas, it's very difficult to not go with them. It's like a crowd. It's like, what do they call it? It's like mob mentality, right? It's like mob mentality. When your mind is running, and then your body runs with it, and then your mind runs, and nobody's in charge here, okay? And you can often get caught up in the fray. And you ask yourself, well, who's in charge? The breath or my heart or my mind? Often it feels like nobody's in charge. But as the adult in the room, it's up to you to remind yourself that you have tools. Don't wait until you're in a code red situation to start implementing these practices. Do them every day. Don't wait till you're stressed out of your mind and you have to walk it back 100 yards before you can find a place of peace. Do it at the 1 yard line. Start it right off the bat. Do it before you feel stressed. And do it prophylactically on a daily basis as a preventative measure to store up some extra peace and relaxation. Okay? Today is day 22. It's the beginning of the 4th week. You guys are doing great. Okay? Keep it up. Stay calm. Stay focused. Stay at peace, stay moving, stay exercising, stay breathing. You can do this, my friends. Have a great day.